slip. And so by gravity feed and things and conveyor belts, but we store in those compartments by field, by farm, by quality, by grower. And we were one of the best in the USA at lot identity preservation. They came in to do an audit with us. They were in and out in 10 minutes because we had the standard method of procedure down pat. And so, you know, when we started this concept, it was not only off of our production, but, you know, knowing where every aspect of our product that's going to go in the bottle came from. And that's really unique in the alcohol industry unless you're very small. We're not small. We are handmade, but we're not small batch. And so that became a really cool marketing aspect of knowing where the grain is. Being gluten-free is the other thing. It's huge in certain areas. You know, not only alcohol technically takes the gluten out of it, but now we understand that it's a new regulation. It has to begin with a gluten-free product. Mm-hmm. So do your homework, check out how many vodkas are gluten-free.
That's neat.
That's awesome.
So, and then Guy, this young man, he does the Still Farms, and Chad does too. They have some acreage. Guy farms, he custom farms and pulls wells in that area, and the drought is killing them still. It's all those people, it's killing them. We got the coolest thing coming in. Guy Wayne's peas off his farm. He's donating to the first run of TreyMark vodka, and it's Guy's Cut. It's what we're going to call it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And everybody, you know, I mean, it's just from, if you were to, a person were to lay this out and try to arrange it on paper, never would have happened. So,
Everything happens for a reason. That's
I have a
cool.
question for you. You have such passion about your work. How would you encourage other people in a similar situation to take up that challenge and really get to the finished product? Like, how would you encourage them?
I love people, and I know what God expects me to be as a person, and I strive for that. But I tell you what, I've fallen short a lot of times. And when you get down in depression because you're in a certain circumstance or situation, you know, you just need to look higher. You just need to look higher, and He'll give you that passion again. But sometimes you got to go to a void to realize what you need, what you lost, what's important. And I will tell you one quick story that gave me more passion in life than anything ever did. It's about this little girl right here. And her parents, she had to go in vitro for 3 years to have that little girl. And I mean, it was a struggle, and they finally got to have her. 14 months old, she got diagnosed with a stage 4 neuroblastoma. It's called the silent killer in kids. And I stood beside this big old boy, and he's like a John Wayne. You know, my kids are you know, they got their persnickety side. They're not perfect. But the things I treasure about them are this. I stood beside that little boy, or big boy, and he watched his little girl go through respiratory failure because one lung had collapsed. The tumor had pushed to the heart. It had collapsed. The other lung, she went into respiratory failure when they gave her Demerol to go into her CAT scan. I watched him crumbling to his knees, you know, because she was dying, and they couldn't get her back. And I told him, then and there, I said, man, you stand strong. God didn't give you this baby to take her away, okay? And I watched him rise, and I watched them go through 8, 9 long months of things that no parent wants a child to ever go through. And so when you watch that, and you watch them do it in faith and standing strong every single day, and then comes a day where she gets to come out of a paralytic state, and she starts getting to use her feet, and a vent tech inadvertently dislodged the ventilation, and again she goes into cardiac arrest. They say 13 minutes before they could get her back, and the cancer became secondary to what the cancer, what the loss of oxygen had done. So you start thinking about brain and heart and organ. And little JC Joy, that little gal, she amazed and astounded everybody in our community back in Muleshoe. This is one of the things that, you know, Muleshoe may be small town, everybody may know your business, they may gossip about you when the first wrong thing, but those people pull together And I'm telling you, they surrounded that little family, and Jason made it through. She is a bright and beautiful 8-year-old little girl that just got, I don't know how many awards. They thought she wouldn't have her motor skills, they thought, and she has fought through it. And when you see somebody like your son stand up immediately and say, you know, not today, not today, and you watch them go through that with those graces, you better learn something from that, because the things of this world don't mean very much. And that's where I get my passion, is when I see people that they can rise up in their faith. That's what gives me faith, and that's why I'm here, because Trey gave me the faith to rise up again.
That's so good. I'm like crying.
I'm sorry, but
No.
you asked.
Yeah.
I know.
And you probably
That's a
got a
beautiful
much
story.
longer answer than you wanted.
No.
But, you know, we're only here for a short time. We better make a difference.
That's awesome.
Oh, all right.